Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Weirdly OCD. Today is a video of 5 more things that you forgot to clean. I did a video exactly like this probably almost a year ago called 5 Things You Forgot to Clean. And it was a video based on things that I felt a lot of people, or a good amount of people, would tend to forget to clean simply because it was either like above their head or below towards the floor, out of places that you really didn't see in your everyday line of vision and therefore forgot. So I decided to come up with another list of 5 things that I think that a decent amount of people would probably forget to clean. So I will link the first video of the same topic at the end on the end screen of this video so you can catch that if you haven't seen it yet. But let's start in with the first one. Number 1, the utensil drawer. I feel like a lot of people tend to forget this should probably be cleaned out. In fact, I need to do mine here. It isn't horrible, but I can see a little piece of crumb there, and you can just see that it's a little bit dirty back here along the back. And it's really important that you take this out, empty out your silverware, take it out of here, and just wipe it down. You don't need to spray bleach with it or anything like that. Like I said in my last video, I'm kind of trying to get out of the habit of using straight bleach or like Clorox bleach, but I'll probably take this and run it under the sink with some Dawn dish soap, clean it up really good, the bottom as well as in the compartments. That way it's completely clean, because your silverware is touching it, and your silverware is ultimately going in your mouth, touching your food, which is going in your mouth. So you definitely want to try and keep this clean. And as I showed you, I definitely need to work on mine. Now this next one is in connection to the last one, which is the kitchen drawers. I took out the silverware organizer and wow, I've just got stuff all back in here. So this is definitely a place that you will want to clean out. Alright, that looks quite a bit better. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. There's some stuff back here right in this little area where the bottom of the drawer meets the back that I just can't get. And normally I would take my vacuum cleaner hose and vacuum all that out, but I just didn't feel like going into the other room and getting it. And this drawer would look a lot better, honestly, but I think these cabinets were painted white before we moved in. I don't know what their natural color is. I would love to know, because I'm sure it's a lot better than this painted white. This has got to be painted. I could be wrong, but if someone knows anything about paint jobs and can tell from this video that I'm taking here real quick if these are painted or not, I think they probably were based on this back here. But anyway, that's off topic, but definitely want to go and clean out the doors themselves, because as you can see, they can definitely get dirty as well. This next item only pertains to you if you have a paper shredder at home. Honestly, if you don't have one, I highly recommend that you get one. You can get a really good one for a decent amount of money. Tony got me this one about 3 or 4 years ago for only $60, and it shreds into like little tiny squares, not just in the strips, because if someone really wanted to, the strips are pretty easy to put back together and get your information, whereas when it goes into the tiny little squares, more than likely you're pretty safe. But the shredder needs cleaned. I know that probably sounds weird, but it does. First of all, it needs emptied, but that's just general kind of common sense. But underneath here, Now this isn't horrible, but underneath here needs cleaned out, especially if you haven't done it in a little while. This, I'm trying to set this here. There we go. This needs cleaned out. Like I said, this isn't bad, but pulling all these papers out here and just throwing them down in the shredder. That way this doesn't get so clogged that it jams up the shredder and then it stops working. Because I have had that happen to me once or twice. So I've been trying to get into the habit of every time I empty the shredder out into the wastebasket, I also clean that out as well. Now a good rule of thumb is when you do that, because the shredder obviously has very sharp teeth to shred the paper, is to unplug the shredder, because I have this really odd fear that when I am under there pulling those little strips of paper that I just showed you out, that miraculously, even though my finger is nowhere near the switch, it's going to turn on and I'm going to get my finger cut. Which I know probably couldn't happen, but I just don't want to chance it. So my recommendation would be to unplug the shredder first before you clean that part of it out. Another place I feel a lot of people tend to forget, possibly when cleaning, is going beyond the surface of things. And what I mean by that is, for instance, this secretary desk here. Yeah, you know, to wipe off the glass and open the doors or whatever. But, like for instance, down here. Ooh. Might want to turn the key first. How many people do you think are going to open this up and then clean inside here and pull this out, clean inside here, or at least vacuum it out? Same thing with in here. You know, how many people are going to open the doors and take everything out, wipe down the shelving, wipe the plates, and things like that? Which I know it's behind doors, it's behind glass and everything, but I mean, dust is dust. Same thing with our types of end tables. These end tables actually lift up for storage, like this. Now, granted, I don't have anything in there, but it's important that I open this up and wipe it out inside as well, just so it doesn't get dirty and get to looking bad or possibly smelling bad. Especially since we have older furniture, we definitely want to try and keep it as nice as possible, because with it, you know, time isn't on our side. Things do eventually break down and wear down over time. But definitely want to go beyond the surface of things, not just wiping off the top, like the top of the table or the outside of a cabinet or hutch or anything like that. You want to go in and clean everything, all the surfaces, drawers, all that. And last but not least, the infamous front coat closet or front hall closet, whatever you wish to call it. I think a lot of times this, like a kitchen table, can kind of be a catch-all where we just throw our shoes and throw our jackets and things like that. And it definitely could use a clean out, sorry. I would say about maybe twice a year. You know, get rid of things you're not wearing, clean things up. As you can see, I have command hooks here on the door for hats, my name tag, an umbrella in case we would need it. That way it's not just laying on the floor or piling up somewhere or thrown up on this top shelf. They're on the door, neat. You can see what you've got, as well as up here I have some bins organized. I showed this in a previous video, but we've got gloves up here, vacuum spare parts for the vacuum that's kept here in the closet, and then scarves. That way you know exactly where everything is. But with that, that is today's video. I don't know if this has helped you or not, but maybe those are 5 areas that you haven't really necessarily thought about either needing cleaned, or you thought that should be cleaned, or maybe you do clean it, but just it's been a while, and maybe this is just a good reminder. But with that, that is today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all on Wednesday. Have a great day. Bye-bye.